Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Bashem,
Yahushai,
Yahshai,
Ba'ashem,
Bashem, Kakodash.
Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations to all the Akim, after the four corners, cease and truth sincere. This is Tasha Kwama, here with the brother
Rock, Shalom.
of the GMS Dallas camp, coming at you with a quick lesson. Lord's will is edifying unto the hopeful elect. Okay? I'm gonna keep my words concise and you know so people can understand the the uh, the pressure of what's going on right now. All right, how about Shimei Shai is making moves, okay, and if you don't understand it, you need to go back from the beginning and properly discern your spirit. Salakia, properly discern your spirit. You know, uh, but uh, the lesson that we're going into, Esau is about to come down like a flood. You know, on the world. All right. Uh, we always say Issachar gets it first, Judah gets it the worst. All right. So, and that's what has transpired. You know, you can look at the news and see first Esau Edom was going after the uh, Northern Kingdom, you know, trying to get them out of here, you know, but he basically created another prison industrial system, all right, to house and to make profit off the backs of the 10 tribes, you know, uh, the Northern Kingdom. All right, but then Judah's going to get it the worst because you see what's going on over there in D.C. All right, so holy hell is about to break loose. You know, they just did a false flag event to say that a bunch of niggas shot up ICE, and then there we go. Civil war pops off. All right, but all that to say, you know, it's all the will, strength, and power. How about Shemi Shot? Because this is Jacob's trouble, you know, live in effect. But you got it. You got a precept?
Yeah, I got some.
Oh, sure.
This is Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. Just echoing what the brother said. The time for game plan been over.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's been over really since the Lord rose up, you know, the elders and apostles on down to warn, you know, the nation of Israel and the elect, but really, you know, everybody's being put on notice, you know, that basically extreme judgment is about to take place on the planet Earth. So I got this real quick. This is Romans 13 and 11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Okay, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. All right, and like it says, high time to awake out of sleep, meaning that basically you're overdue. You should have been woke up. You know, like when you wake up and your alarm clock is ringing, you know, and you're like, oh shit. You know, that's basically what that term high time means. All right. And like it says at the latter end of the verse, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. All right, going into the brother's point, you know, all hell got to break loose. Jacob's trouble has to happen in order for us to be delivered. You know, it's the flip side to that coin. You know, so that's why the Lord told us, right, in Luke, Luke 21 and 36, you know, pray always or watch and pray that you may be, not that one, but pray, watch and pray that you may be accounted worthy to escape, you know. So that's the spirit that we coming in, man. You got it.
Ton, because like you stated, Jake has been asleep or in that pit of confusion, you know, where they don't know what direction to move. But Yahweh Shemiah Shai, which is our guide, is guiding us through these said perils. Okay, and so now with the whole DC, Trump wants to go in and basically uh, release his goons inside of DC, which is 43%, uh, African American, so called, which really they are the nations of Israel. Just like the Northern Kingdom, they may be called by different names on this side, but really they are of the nation of Israel. All right, just to make that point. But Jake is getting put on blast and thinking that he still has a foothold in his enemy's kingdom. Okay, so Yahweh Shemiah Shai is going to make it known. All right, but Baba Shah, could we pull that Baruch 4:30?
Yeah, kind of. This is Baruch chapter 4, in verse 30. It says, "Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee."
See, Jerusalem is the 10 tribes which was carried away under Hoshea the king, and the Assyrians, and Judah, which was carried away into Babylon, under King Nebuchadnezzar. Mm-hmm. Now they are both serving captivity here in Babylon the Great. Mm-hmm. All right, but you got it.
Yep, Baruch 4:30, it says, "Take a good heart, O Jerusalem. All right, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall."
See, and this is what's going to transpire, after all this hell, that they have to go. This has to happen. All right, I want to make it clear. This has to happen. All this hell and it just started in DC. Okay, it's going to sweep throughout the whole land. All right, this is going to be judgment on you because you transgressed the ways of Yahweh Shemiah Shai. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. What's that? Whenever they were crucifying Yahweh Shai, it said, "Let his blood be upon us and our children."
Yeah, let's get that. I'm sure. Yeah,
because Yahweh Shai was the one that was coming to deliver you, But since he wasn't in that that position that you wanted him to be in, you counted him as nothing of worth. Mm-hmm. And that's what 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are still in that mindset. But Salaki.
God, I'm gonna get a little bit of this. This is Matthew 27. I'm gonna read 11 and 12, and then I'm gonna jump down to the point. It says, Matthew chapter 27 and verse 11. It says, "And Yahweh Shai stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, saying, Art thou the king of the Jews? And Yahweh Shai said unto him, Thou sayest. And when he was accused of the chief priests and elders, he answered nothing." All right, and brothers are getting ready to be put in the same situation.
Yep. And Yahweh Shemiah Shai is going to put the words in their mouth. Exactly. To that no man can gainsay. All right, but you got it out slack.
No, you good. It says in verse. Let me see real quick. I lost it. Where'd it go?
Yeah.
It was in verse 25. All right. And I'm sorry, verse 24. It says, "And when Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made. He took water and washed his hand before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. See ye to it.
So even Pilate saw
Mhm.
Yahweh Shemir Shai as being a man that did no wrong,
Yep.
but his own people wanted him to be crucified.
Yep.
But so like
it says in Ecclesiastes 1, there's no new thing under the sun.
Yep.
So history is going to repeat itself.
Yep.
You know, Esau, Edom, if I may, you know what I'm saying? Esau, Edom, okay, the powers to be, these agents, these intelligence agencies that are watching brothers, right? Tracking brothers, they know we ain't doing nothing.
Yep.
They got all the information. They got all your history. They got all your YouTube history, all your Google history, your Amazon cart, right? They got everything on you, and they know that we're innocent. But again, they're going to use, it's going to be Jake.
Your own people.
It's going to be Jake, man, that ends up turning on, their own people. And that's why the Lord said, those his enemies shall be those of his own household.
Yep.
You know, it's going to be people that are close to you.
The ones that have seen you in your walk, go from a nigga to a man of Yahweh Shai.
Yep, and it's gonna hurt in the flesh.
Hey,
but at the same time, it's gonna hurt them worse. All right, when they got to deal with the great miseries that Yahweh Shai gonna put on these people in the missiles, man. When he melts them.
Yeah.
So we ain't worried about it. We're gonna take it on the chin through the strength and power of Yahweh Shai. All right, this is the point of verse 25, and I'm gonna get back to it. It says, "Then answered all the people and said, His blood be on us and on our children." And I just wanted to get that for you, bro, because that statement right there, that's a heavy statement. And Yahweh Shai honored that, is going to honor that statement. And that's why we're getting ready to see bloodshed in the streets. And it's going to be primarily, like the brother said, it's going to be so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
And Esau Edom is going to be laying the sword. He's going to be killing you with the sword. All right, because he is the whooping stick of Yahweh Shai. So his part isn't really done yet, even though his kingdom is.
Con.
What you got?
Did you want to go back to where you were going? Yeah.
Yeah.
Con, this is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 30 again. It says, "Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee."
Yahweh Shai.
Miserable
who gave us that name. So like it.
Yep.
You got it.
It says, "Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children served."
And that was Esau Edom that said, raise it, even from the foundations thereof. Talking about raising up Jerusalem, from being a kingdom upon the earth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but you got it, so like it.
Con, and if I may too, because I was watching the Elder Gabar break down Revelation 11 today too, and he was going into the diaspora.
Yeah.
Jake is serving captivity all over the planet Earth. So that's why the whole entire planet Earth is about to get effed off too. Esau's rulership is global. And pursuing the Psalms 83, all the heathen have joined hand in hand with Esau in subjugating Israelites.
Yeah.
So they all got to pay.
Yeah. And just to do a historical point, the word nigga is in every language around the world. And, in some way, form, or facet, they have a word for it. All right. Just to keep the children of Israel in a low state.
That's Deuteronomy 28, proverb and byword.
Mm-hmm. But it's like
you good. Proverb. Baruch chapter 4 and verse 32. It says, "Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons."
And a city can be a little city like Dallas or Orlando, or a city could be a landmass like America, like Europe, like Russia.
Okay.
So just to get the understanding off that as well.
It says, verse 33. It says, "For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation.
See, so they were glad whenever they assisted in taking us down, and it took the whole world to take down the nation of Israel because we were mightier than everyone else on the planet.
Yep.
You know, and
Yep.
that was through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai. All right, you know, and so like it was given unto the elect.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep. And the people are getting that sample. They're getting that, you know, like you go to down Costco and they give you a sample, right? They give you a little cup,
Yeah,
right? A little, like you got a piece of meatloaf, right?
Yeah.
A little cup.
Taste this.
The people are getting the taste test of that misery. All right now, and that's what the Elder Ariella was just going into in the video we were watching.
Yep.
You know, people are starting to feel it.
They're starting to languish.
Yep. But guess what? That's just the that's just a little sample cup, man. You know, it's gonna get much, much, much worse. And call Allah Yahweh Shem Shah for that.
Yeah.
You know, verse 33, it says, "For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning."
So America, you know, the rejoicing, you know, these Trump rallies are like, yeah, man, get those illegals out of here, or put that nigga to hell, you know, like back in the 1920s, you know, back whenever we didn't have any power, you know. Now we got a little power, but it's not really power because it was given, you know, unto us, you know, by Esau Edom, the wicked.
God, and then we got the power that Yahweh Shai gave us too.
Yep, the
Through
spiritual power.
Yep, through this word, man.
Like,
you know, this word has changed everything.
Man,
you know,
this word has made it to where the elected nation of Israel is chanting down a kingdom.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Yep.
And like remember when it said that we will.
What, Jericho or something else?
No. We will turn a big mountain and make it small. You know, that's another way to say that we are crushing a government through the foolishness of preaching. You know.
Yep.
What's that? That's that 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 25, or the points in 27. You know how the Most High has made the weak things of the world to confound the wise.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So this is what we're seeing. You know, live and direct. You know, through these digital epistles. You know, that are going throughout the whole globe right now. You know, but it's like
it says, verse Baruch 4:34. It says, "For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning." And we're literally living through that.
Yeah, we are.
Like the algorithm, at least my algorithm, it's just more and more people complaining, bruh. Crying, complaining.
Yeah. What is this going on?
Especially these goddamn women, man.
Bro.
Especially these fucking women, but dudes too.
Yeah. Hey, these Trumpers or these ex-Trumpers, you know, that they're seeing the bullshit. You know.
Yep.
So the world is feeling it. You know, women. These women are about to be in disarray because they don't have a head, because they let Esau kick their head out of the house. You know, look at them now. But you got it. So,
verse 35, Baruch 4:35, it says, "For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure." And if I may, that links up with how the scriptures talk about how the smoke is gonna burn,
Continue.
forever and ever. Right? That doesn't actually mean forever, like all of eternity for the rest of,
No.
it just means an extremely long period of time.
Yeah.
Like that scripture says, long to endure.
Yeah.
That's a precept for that. I'll read it again. Baruch 4:35, it says, "For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time."
Yeah, and that's those thermonuclear missiles as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was written to happen.
Yep.
And that's the last one of the last prophecies, to occur. But we're about to live through that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This is coming in these times.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Can I read this real quick?
Sure.
This is Revelation 18:1-2, just proving, because this shows you too, because we know in Jeremiah, Jeremiah goes into the destruction of Babylon the Great.
Yeah.
In Jeremiah 50 and 51. All right, which even these dumbass cemetery graduated pastors can't even tell you that it's talking about America. All right, but this right here, this what we're reading in Baruch and what we're reading in Revelation 18 proves that this is talking about America. All right, because it's talking about the same exact place. It says, "And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory," going into Yahushua.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird." Just linking those things up. After Babylon the Great is destroyed, the Lord's gonna have, various, birds, vultures, right? He's gonna have them come a feast.
Yeah.
All right, feast on the corpses, the remaining corpses that ain't tainted or disintegrated by the nukes, man. But I just want to get that real quick, man.
You did, because all this is Yahweh Shah's movie, and everything's coming to fruition as he speaks it.
Yep.
What's that? His word does not return void.
Right. Isaiah 55. Yep.
So Yahweh Shah has did a beautiful work. All right, and we are in the midst of it. You are in the midst of it. Your actions are being noted. All right, mine are too. So what manner of man are ye to be in holy conversation and godliness?
Right.
But
finish it up.
This
is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 36. It says, "O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from Yahweh Shah."
And that joy is us returning to our proper place.
Right.
It's us returning unto the kingdom to be let back in. And that's going to be a joy to Yahweh Shemel Shai, but it's going to be bliss unto us.
Yep. Let me read that again. Oh, you got a precept?
I was going to pull that Revelations 12 and 12, or yeah.
I'll pull it real quick. My laptop is buffering.
All right. This is Revelation 12 and 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them." It says, "Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." Esau Edom is coming down right now on the planet Earth, again to attack the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of Negroid descent. All right, because he's going to get those that he knows, okay, you're not my people, all right, and try to take them off the map. take you to a concentration camp, remove you from existence, and or if you's a good Uncle Tom, uh, he'll put you in place, but under hill. You know, you're not going to be in the blissful part that you have been. All right, there's going to be no more games. There's going to be no more bullshit.
Yep.
No more football. Well, there will be football, but the pig skin is actually going to be a nigga skin. You know, but like the scripture says, is all this is going to happen. All this is happening for the elect's sake, to show the elect how whenever you do wickedness, this what occurs.
Mm-hmm.
To show the world whenever you transgress, this is what occurs. Mm-hmm. All right. So no other kingdom is like no other kingdom is going to be in this position. Mm-hmm. All right, because the next kingdom to come is going to be our kingdom. Mm-hmm. You know, the kingdom of Israel. You know,
yep.
And it's going to be an everlasting kingdom.
Yep. And makes me think about in Wisdom of Solomon, it talks about horrible tyrants. I want to say Wisdom of Solomon 8:15. Horrible tyrants shall be afraid.
No, that's Wisdom of Solomon 9. Yeah.
8:15. Yeah.
8:15 and 16. So it's like
basically going into how Yahweh Shai is going to put on a TED talk, going to put on a clinic on how to destroy kingdoms. And Babylon the Great being basically the mightiest kingdom to ever grace the planet Earth, he's gonna make it look like child's play. When he really let go, the missiles, and then on top of that, the chariots, right, going to work. The heathen finna y'all in for it. Y'all finna get your ass beat. But like the brother said earlier, this is really the Lord putting on a clinic right now, man. He getting ready to.
Yeah.
In the form of destruction.
And that also shows, the infantry. the infantry's going to get busy as well, and we're the infantry. Yeah. We're the ones that has been embedded.
We're changed,
yeah, and we're going to be changed within a twinkling of an eye. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to get busy because we are here to do the will, strength, and power of Yahweh by Shemel Shai. But
yep, this is verse 37, Baruch 4 and 37. It says, "Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. Mm-hmm. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh Shem Shah."
So we're coming with the full understanding, wisdom, and knowledge of Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, we aren't here to dilly dally and to pussyfoot around. All right, we're here to the will, strength, and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. Every step of the way. All right, but
that's all I got, bro.
All right, so with that, just understand that these times have to come. All right, it's going to get difficult. All right, but hold fast and see how about Shemel Shai, and he will deliver you from the same. So I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due unto Yahweh by Shemel Shai, by Shemer Kakodash. Hey, and to water for the listening, shalom and shalom.
Shalom.